Hi guys, welcome to my new channel. It's called Rise Up. And basically it's a channel that gives you information and knowledge about things that you may have thought about and you didn't know how to proceed. So I'm here to let you know that I will guide you along the way to give you that information. Um, I had went to China recently and I saw where a lot of people had information as far as what to do, who to talk to, where to go, where to stay, and things like that. But before you can get to that, um, you basically have to apply for a visa. And you can go through the China consulate to get that application filled out. If you Google COVA, and then you will basically see on the internet where there is the China consulate there available for you to fill out the application. Um, Once you do that, then you would need to print out the number. If you live in one of the designated areas where they have it, that's great. I didn't. So basically, I had to find another means to get my application to them. Um, I had a cousin who lived in DC, so I basically mailed him my application. And of course, you need to write a letter stating that you give that person authorization to deliver that for you, and then also pick it up if need be, if you can't go to the place and pick it up. So he was able to do that for me, and I was able to get that process within 5 days. He mailed it back to me FedEx, and then I was on my way. Then after I got my visa, I basically had purchased my ticket. There are a few airlines that do go to China. Not very many do nonstop. The majority of them have a stop in between here or there, which to me is an inconvenience because I pretty much like direct flights. I believe Delta has one, but because we were going to a different part of China, um, it wasn't the most I don't know what's the word I'm looking for. It wasn't the most best. It wasn't the best option for us at that time. So we basically were going to Guangzhou, China, which is basically a construction area because we do construction, and we were going, to look for construction materials and things like that. So to go into Beijing or to go into Shanghai, that was really not an option for us because if we did, we would have had to, catch the train and then still come in. And so that was like another, I guess, $400 for the both of us. So we decided to opt out of that option. But we did go through Hong Kong. We had a stop in Hong Kong, and then we had a 30-minute flight then to China. So, with that being said, I guess depending on what you got going on, because China has different districts for different things, the way they have it. So they may have a clothing area, electronics area, construction area. So it's pretty much set up like that. So depending on what your business is, that's the location where you would basically go to get the items that you need done. Um, excuse me. So, with that being said, we basically took a route through American Airlines, and then from American Airlines, we called Cathay Airlines, um, which was really not a bad airlines. It was really kind of nice, actually. It kind of makes me wonder what happened to the airlines of today, because back in the day, they used to kind of provide those types of services, in which now you don't really receive them too much. unless if you're, flying international. But Cathay Airlines, they were a good airlines. They basically provided you with lunch or breakfast, depending on when your flight was. And being that our flight was 15 hours, they provided us with a menu, and you basically got to select some of the items that you wanted to eat while on the aircraft. And then they had basically unlimited snacks. If you let the flight attendant know, they would go and provide that for you. So that was really great. But I would tell you, don't sit in the back of the plane. Why? Because that's where they tend to put all the rowdy kids. So if you want some sleep, try not to go to the back of the plane. Try to get more towards the middle or even first class. So if I would do it again, definitely would do that, because that was no fun. I didn't get any sleep because there was people with rowdy children, and they didn't know how to control their own children, to the point where they were putting on their own headphones and trying not to hear them. So that's kind of sad. But anyway, I digress. So if you are trying to go to China, that would be the way to do it. And I will put in the description the link for the China consulate. And also, I will also put in the link some of the agencies here in Georgia, if you don't want to go through that route that I went through, and then in which you would have to, pay them, and then they would process your paperwork for you.